Joining me now, Molly Hemingway, senior editor at The Federalist, Fox News contributor. Also here is Raheem Kassam, editor-in-chief of the National Pulse and co-host of War Room Pandemic Podcast. Molly, why does it feel like Friedman is talking directly to the Biden camp?
Well, the Biden campaign strategy is to run out the clock without ever having to play the game. And the media are helping assist in that campaign strategy by providing air covers. So Friedman is talking to the Biden campaign, but also just trying to change the rules in such a way as to help the favored candidate of the media, who is obviously Joe Biden. You noted and alluded to some of the problems that Biden is going to have in a debate, and so you've seen people talking about, maybe we can change things to make it a little easier for him. But you're also accurate to note that the Trump campaign better be aware that this is the Biden campaign strategy. They want to never have Joe Biden enter the actual playing field. They think that will go well for him, and with all the support they get from the media, it likely will. And so the Trump campaign and people who support the Trump campaign really need to think through just calling out this strategy and not allowing it to just happen. There isn't that much time left.
Yeah, Raheem, they can't get caught flat-footed here. And I think taking the initiative by saying, not only do I need you to commit to debates now, no matter what, but let's get rid of all these extraneous people. If you're worried about COVID, no moderator. You and I, mano a mano, on the stage. What is he going to say to that? No, I'm afraid.
Laura, what you're really talking about, and you called it, this is a forcing function, right? How do we force Joe Biden to the table? I have another idea. If Joe Biden doesn't want to show up for the debates, how about inviting another presidential candidate? How about we invite Kanye West to debate the president? And that way we'll have less of campaign advice from Ilhan Omar and more from Elon Musk. But look at the arbitrary nature of the new rules that Tom Friedman wants for these debates. Tax returns. Why stop there? Why not the Delaware records that Biden doesn't want out? Why not the foreign dealings? I'm sure we'd all like to know what Beijing Biden's been up to. Why not the cognitive, tests that he tells us that he's been taking regularly? And the other one, fact checkers. Well, who fact checks the fact checkers? We know what the social media firms use as fact checkers: 50% plus CNN staff, 95% plus Democrat donors. We've gone through all those. We know who these fact checkers are. What they want is to stack the deck against the president on that debate stage. They want it to be 5 against 1. In fact, they couldn't care less if Biden was there. 4 against 1, fact checkers versus the president.
Yeah, they want a Candy Crowley moment where, Romney was just completely hosed by Crowley there. Molly, I want to get to this, though. And I saw this as a disturbing but utterly predictable development, that some key members of the Republican Party may not be fully united behind this convention even happening in Jacksonville. NPR reporting that Senators Grassley, Lamar Alexander, and Susan Collins are expected to skip the gathering on August 24th. Also not going per their aides are Romney, big shock, Murkowski, who said last month she wasn't sure she could even support Trump's reelection. Molly, isn't this the default of the establishment? And all of them are members of this. It's always their default to run against populism and go back to their comfort zone of Bush-style republicanism.
Well, people might have a variety of reasons for not wanting to go to a convention, but in general, the Republicans in the Senate need to understand that their fate rests largely with the fate of President Trump. You can see that a lot of them have thought that they could it seems like they're openly trying to have split tickets where people oppose Trump and support them. I don't think they understand that if there are split tickets, they'll go precisely the opposite way, and that they need to show a bold defense. I mean, this is really an election referendum that should be fairly easy. Do you support the country? Do you support her founding principles? Do you defend, American heroes and founding fathers? That shouldn't be difficult at all. And yet, for some reason, it has been profoundly difficult for a lot of Republican senators to just speak up in defense. I think they need to understand people elected them precisely so that they would provide leadership and defend American ideals. And if they're having trouble with that, that is not going to go well for them come Election Day.
Yeah, they seem happiest, Raheem, when they're just opposing in the minority. They're the most conservative they're ever going to be when they don't have the majority in the Senate or the House. Suddenly they get the majority and like, where are they? It's like MIA when we have all these problems. Raheem, final thoughts, real quick.
Yeah, so many of them love to lose. I'm not surprised that Mitt Romney wouldn't go. I mean, he was out there marching with the Democrat Socialists of America just a few weeks ago in Washington, D.C., so I'm not surprised that he won't be at the Republican convention. Good riddance. I just also want to say that Joe Biden would be foolish and it would be campaign malpractice to try and stand on a debate stage with President Trump. His advisors are doing a good job to keep him off there. And as I say, I think we need a forcing function to get Biden out of his basement.
Yeah. Molly and Raheem, thanks so much. And I had Biden